Time for us to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one's about Baker Mayfield again.
As simple as it is, Baker got to go. Baker, people take Baker last 8 games of last season and sum up his whole career. You don't just take 8 games and say, this is who he is. The majority of his has shown who he is. Yes, he had a breakout season last year, but that's it. He is who he is. A certified backup quarterback in the National Football League. Nothing else, nothing more. Will never be anything more, in my opinion, at least in the Cleveland Browns uniform. And I think that fans need to wake up and see that. Go get somebody else why he's valuable, because soon he's not going to be valuable. And a lot of people saying Russell Wilson and all this quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson, and we shouldn't get Deshaun Watson because of this, and Russell Wilson won't want to come to Cleveland, Aaron Rodgers and all this. You can convince Russell Wilson to come to Cleveland with the supporting cast we have. We have a young cast right now. We're not going to be able to hold those players for long. Those players are going to get paid. And we're going to have to either pay or release it. We're not going to be able to pay all of it. So we are in a win-now mode.
All right, again, appreciate the voicemail. I don't think you're going to convince Russell Wilson to come to Cleveland. Look at the wide receivers. He's got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. But aside from that, Baker Mayfield had a pretty good rookie season, so it wasn't just the last 8 games. And again, right now his value is as low as it's going to be because of the season that he just had, and he's injured. So those are the only 2 things I would. Other than that, so I'm going to disagree. I'm going to respectfully disagree with our voicemailer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if he's right and you can get Russell Wilson to Cleveland, I mean, it's hard to say no. I mean, the only thing that I would think is that, I'd rather build with a guy like Baker who's been there and have him for 10 years and find that continuity. But it would be hard to say no to a guy like Russell Wilson. It would be impossible to say no to a guy like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame. But that being said, I don't think either of those guys is going any. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere. I think he's going to go win the Super Bowl and then maybe retire or come back to Green Bay. Russell Wilson, I think, fits a lot better in maybe the West in Denver than he would in Cleveland. But you never know. So yeah, I think if Russell Wilson's out there and he's a possibility, I'm okay with them trying to bring him to Cleveland. Again, I think my personal thing would be awesome to keep both he and Baker Mayfield. Let Russell Wilson come in and, let Baker Mayfield mature for a couple more years and then kind of bring him back. But I know that's not the reality of the NFL, especially where Baker, wants to be out there and wants to play because he thinks he deserves it. And I think he deserves it as well. So it's such a hard situation. I think, yes, Russell Wilson's out there, but I think the situation might just figure itself out. Like, I think you bring Baker Mayfield back and, going into next year, if he doesn't play well, you draft a quarterback, you move on. If he does play well, you give him the extension and then you have your quarterback, hopefully for the next 10 years. But I just don't buy the idea of bringing in Kirk Cousins for 2 seasons and that he'll elevate you to a Super Bowl. I just don't see that. Derek Carr, similar kind of issues with that I have, but maybe a little better than Kirk Cousins. But outside of Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, there's nothing that interests me. It's just fact.